man, she out of line for this, especially around her child too. Let's get back to it. And this is allegedly. Now, I don't know if this is true. I can't put this on this woman, but you know, shit, it is what it is. Let's get back to the whole situation.
Yeah, that's somebody
said, she was saying something.
I got people watching me, man. What you talking about? Yo, clear them down, everything. Yeah, whatever. I ain't tripping. I ain't already here. This is my bread. I was gonna be here too. I was gonna be here too. Yeah, whatever. She got her daughter out here. She doing surprise on me and that shit. I ain't even know bro.
Damn, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, she out there doing that.
I'm trying to get niggas $650 man, bro. I ain't taking no L. Come on, shit, man.
$250 following her ass. She lucky ain't hit her or nothing. Where the baby going? She leaving the goddamn baby? Man, hell nah, bro. Bro, the baby is fine. She tripping, bro. The child done walked off. Damn, bro, this is crazy, weird ass shit. They gonna, I don't think
that child in the car and this shit, right? And I'm gonna go like
what the fuck, bro? Hell nah, bro. That's the end of the goddamn. Damn, man, I hate when the short videos like this end like that, bro. I want to know what the happened, bro. That's some crazy stuff right there. But I don't think that dude would have did nothing to a little girl. But the woman not realizing that the way stuff is these days, people will kill you behind $100.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene where the Cowboys emerged.
give you a little rundown. So we in Detroit. We have a party to do. Me and Ashley got dressed in the airport. We got to be at the club at 12:30, 12:40, close at 1:30. We're going to push it. We're going to push through. We look like she don't got no makeup. I don't have no makeup. Stay tuned. Look what she's wearing in the airport. She got her ass out. She was the airport and we had to get dressed. And look what she's wearing in the airport. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, so we had to get dressed in the airport because they delayed our flight. Like a whole 4-hour delay. Look how we're literally dressed up in the airport to make it to this hotel. Look at this. That was the rundown. We made it. It was crazy, but we made it. We was there. The club was supposed to close at 1:30. It closed at what time? 2:30. We got our money, and we did what we had to do. Okay. It was a big snowstorm in Detroit, like very big. So that was a lot. And for y'all to come out for us, for me and Ash, I love y'all. Like, I love Detroit, like, seriously, because my ass was bad and cold. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I made it. Detroit. I really do. I love y'all. Y'all the best. Like, y'all love me out here. Like, seriously. From day one.
So that's the Puerto Rican princess grandmother, Miss Bernice Burgos, with her daughter running through the airport, literally showing their behind. Take a second to check to see if you are subscribed to this channel. Click the notification bell for all updates, and if you're new, include new subscriber in your comment below, and I'm going to try my best to respond to all of you. But yes, we have Bernice Burgos here and her daughter, the two out in Detroit this past weekend. They had a scheduled appearance at a club, very cold in the D. Shout out to everybody in Detroit that's watching right now. But there was a winter storm going on. It caused their flight to be delayed, so they had to change their clothes at the airport. They had to get ready inside of the airport bathroom, and they came out looking like this. The club stayed open 1 hour later so that they were able to make it there. That way they were able to still get their money for showing up, because if they had missed this appearance, they would have went to Detroit for nothing, and they wouldn't have received the rest of their deposit. I'm talking about the other half of their money for appearing. But yeah, look how they are dressed, running through the airport, behinds all out, and we can all see what these old 304s are passing down to the young 304s. Both single mothers at this point. And of course, we can see what was passed down from Bernice to her daughter. The way they get their money, the way they carry themselves.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington. On the return, it's Taylor. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Rodgers. Being chased out left. A check down here to Jones. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Welcome to Epic Top 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Micah Parsons. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Rodgers going to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
The kick by Crosby is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
No, the good thing is still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Elliott running right. And some room to roam now. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 16-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A handoff left, Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Rashawn Gary gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board. 3 points is 3 points. And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
Watch the fake, baby.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side. So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime. Need to give the coach some highlights here. Yes, we do.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers, man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Rodgers now on 1st down. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Rodgers again now. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And this throw will be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead grows to 10-0.
everybody, this is Darren Van Dam, and you're watching Click Connection, the show that helps you get more out of movies. And today we're going to be talking about 20 underrated movies you can currently catch on Netflix.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to... Oh, Prescott stripped.
Come on, Jack.
And this is going to be Packer football. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money.
Actors like this, it works really well, but the reason it's all the way at the back of the list along with the stronger bone is it suffers from similar symptoms, and that the story is not that strong. But as simple as this one is, I can tell you if you're interested in it at all, it's well worth it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Dillon. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Dillon again, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6. No, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Coach got to blaze up on that.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
It ain't looking good.
And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Second and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Severely underrated, and that was Guy Ritchie's King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Now, I do understand why this movie was panned critically. I want to start off by saying that it does not do a good job of telling
the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. And it's complete to Adams.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara.
Man.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Touchdown! Aaron Jones, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing, Prescott. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth.
That is caught by Lamb.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Time with a bunch of different characters that each have their own incredibly interesting story. But even though the movie is jumping around at different points of view, different places in World War II Europe, it feels like it all works together. It feels like one big story. You can kind of tell the relationships between each person, even though they don't know each other. It's threaded together really, really well, which is a tricky thing to do. That doesn't always happen with movies like this. They can easily become very disjointed and messy, and for some reason, The Forgotten Battle does not. But again, it's got some fantastic World War II battle sequences in it that feel very realistic, especially for a smaller movie, meaning this is not Saving Private Ryan budget stuff. Just got started, and like most of you probably can't wait for it to be over, but Christmas is upon us already, and there is a Christmas movie that's a Netflix original that came out just last year that I think is highly underrated and more people should be watching this year. Claus is an origin story of Santa Claus that's very different from anything I've ever seen. Now, my understanding is that this originated in Spain, but the English version was dubbed with English-speaking actors and is done quite well. If you didn't know, all animated movies are dubbed anyway, so it's very easy to change them for a different language. But this has a beautiful animation style. It looks like a really well-illustrated children's book, and it tells a story that, again, was different from anything I'd seen Santa Claus related. There's so much content, so many specials and movies and things to consume, but Claus just felt very different to me, and it still captured the spirit of Christmas really well, which is not always the case with Christmas-related stuff. So if this one has somehow escaped you, I'm telling you, it makes a fantastic Christmas watch, not just